Alright guys, welcome back to Baseball Breakdown. Today I'm coming at you with another video, and what this is my 2018 MLB postseason predictions, and basically I'm just going to be talking about who I think will be winning each series of the 2018 MLB postseason, and I'm going to be predicting the 2018 World Series. So before we get into this video, if you guys want to stay up to date with the MLB postseason or anything about sports in general, be sure to subscribe to my channel because we just recently hit 1,000 subscribers, and I want to say thank you very much for that. And we are still on that grind, so if you could, I would appreciate if you left a like and subscribe. But let's get right into the video. So, also, what I want to do is start up a discussion in the comments. So if you guys agree with my picks, be sure to drop a comment down below and let me know why. Or if you disagree, I want to know why, and just let me know who you think is gonna make it to the 2018 World Series. So anyways, let's get right into the video. So first off, we're going to start with the American League side. So what we're going to do is start off with who I think will be winning the American League side of the postseason. So A's and Yankees at the wild card game, and the Yankees are actually having a very hot September, and they're going to go into the playoffs or postseason with a very hot finish. And the A's, they are also very hot, and they surprised a lot of people this year. And I do agree that Chris Davis and Matt Davidson, the A's are stacked, and they have so many weapons, but so do the Yankees with Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton and Gary Sanchez. It's just so many good pieces to the Yankees team, and I think they're going to build off their playoff success last year. And I think that the Yankees are going to advance to the next round over the Yankees are going to advance over the A's. So we're going to select the Yankees and move them on to the next round. So now, the American League Division Series, we have the Indians against the Astros, and this one's going to be a very good matchup. But the Indians are probably the weakest team in this whole entire postseason because they are in the American League Central, and the American League Central is terrible. The Yankees are 18.5 games above everybody else in their division, and they're still the number 3 seed. Plus, they played the Royals, White Sox, and Tigers. So the Indians they didn't have any competition in the American League Central. So that's why I'm going to have the Astros winning this series, because the Indians, their record did not justify them playing in a bad division. So the Astros, they played really good this season, so I have them going on. Yankees and the Red Sox in the ALDS. This is going to be probably the most exciting series of the whole postseason, because this is a huge rivalry between the Red Sox and the Yankees, and it dates back forever, and it's going to be a good series. Both these teams are really good in the American League East, and the Red Sox, they're so hot with Mookie Betts and JD Martinez, and so are the Yankees, though. They made it to the American League Championship Series last year against the Astros, and they were so close to making it to the World Series. And this one's really tough, but I gotta go with the Red Sox. The Red Sox, I think they're gonna have some success in the postseason this year. So we're gonna take the Red Sox, and we're going to move them on. So now the Astros and the Red Sox in the American League Championship Series, and these two teams played in the American League Division Series last year, and the Astros did beat the Red Sox, but the Red Sox, I just think their roster is too stacked with JD Martinez and Mookie Betts. So many good pieces, but they were having a kind of rough September, as you could say. So this one's it's really iffy, but I think I'm going to have to go with Houston on this one. The reigning 2017 World Series champs are going to make a repeat back to the World Series, and that's the American League side of things. That's how it's looking, but the National League side is going to be even more interesting than the American League, because we have game 163, not once but twice. So if we look over here in the wild card, we have the Colorado Rockies and the Los Angeles Dodgers tied for the NL West division, and so did the Cubs and Brewers. So that means the winners of these two games, which will be played on Monday, will win their division, and then that means they will advance to the round. But the losers of these two games will play in the wild card game, and whoever wins that wild card game will play either the Cubs or the Brewers. So that's how that is looking. So the Cubs and Brewers, I think that the Brewers are a lot better than the Cubs. Like, I just think that the Cubs aren't as good as the Brewers, and the Brewers have actual postseason experience with Mike Moustakas and Lorenzo Cain winning the World Series in 2015 and making it to World Series in 2014. So they have experienced vets, and so do the Cubs. The Cubs won the World Series in 2016, and both these teams tied, but for the same record. But the Brewers really came out and surprised everyone this year. So I do have the Brewers winning this game. So that means that the Cubs will play in the wild card game, and I do have so they'll play in the wild card game against either the Rockies or the Dodgers. But the Dodgers, they were expected to be a lot better this year, and I really think they should have made it a lot. They should have won more games than they did this season. But the Rockies, they played very good this season, and I have the Rockies beating the Dodgers. So that means our wild card matchup is going to be the Cubs and Dodgers. So the Cubs are going to be playing against the Dodgers, and this game will take place at Wrigley Field. And the Dodgers, this is really close, honestly, but I do have the Cubs winning this. So I have the Cubs advancing to the National League Division Series. Alright, so now that that's how that looks, we're going to take out the Dodgers real quick because the Dodgers are not in the playoffs anymore. So let's just fill in the Dodgers. Alright, so Brewers against Cubs in the National League Division Series. This is going to be a great series between two division rivals, and once again, like I said, the Brewers really came out this season and balled out, and they surprised a lot of people, and they did get Mike Moustakas and Lorenzo Cain in the offseason. Well, they got Lorenzo Cain in the offseason. They traded for Mike Moustakas. Both of these teams were part of the core to winning the World Series in 2015 with the Royals, and I do have the Brewers advancing over the Cubs. So now that leaves us with the National League Division Series between the Rockies and the Braves, and this season has had a lot of surprising teams that we did not expect to make the postseason this year actually make the postseason, and the Braves with Ronald Acuna, and they're kind of like the Moneyball like the A's were, but the Braves just had a lot of raw talent that they had drafted, and the Rockies, they have Nolan Arenado, Charlie Blackmon, and so many other great pieces to their team that I don't think the Braves, this is their year. I think this is the Rockies' year to advance to the NLCS, and that's what I think what happens. So it's going to be the Rockies and the Brewers in the 2018 NLCS, and I'm not saying that next year won't be a good year for the Braves, because next year I have the Braves possibly winning the World Series. Who knows what happens between now and then, though. So 2018 NLCS, we have the Brewers and the Rockies. Once again, I think this is the Brewers' year to where they're going to make a deep run into this MLB postseason, and I do have them advancing over the Rockies, and they're going to play the Astros in the World Series. So we have the Astros, who were they were predicted to make the World Series before the season even started, and the Brewers, who nobody thought would make it this far. And the last time the Brewers made it to a World Series was 1982, when they actually lost against the Cardinals, which is pretty surprising. considering they're in the same division now. But yeah, the Brewers actually did play the Cardinals in the World Series, but they did lose. So besides that, that was a long time ago. Brewers have Mike Moustakas, Lorenzo Cain. Astros have George Springer, and so many. They have so many good players in the Astros. The Astros are just stacked with their super team, and I I want to see the Brewers win this matchup, but do I see them winning it? I don't know. This is going to be a really close game. Not close game, close series. But I think I am going to go with the Brewers upsetting this. I am going to make a bold prediction, and the Brewers are going to upset the Astros in the 2018 MLB World Series, and that is my 2018 MLB postseason predictions. So if you guys agree with me, let me down below. If you guys disagree, let me down below once again in the comments, and I want to hear your thoughts. So if you guys agree with me, just let me know down below in the comments. We will see how accurate this bracket is whenever the time comes. Whenever the World Series is over, we'll look back on this, and maybe I got every single pick wrong, or maybe I somehow got every pick right. We'll just have to wait and see, because in the end, any one of these teams can make it to the World Series and win it, because they're all really good, but it's just kind of luck and just luck and opportunity. And yeah, so anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, I really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and like this video. And yeah, so thank you all for watching. This has been the Baseball Breakdown. I will see you guys in the next video.